I like Brighton.
What did you
They're
do?
doing a very good job.
Brighton is the reason why I want Postecoglou out.
Okay.
Brighton.
Why?
The reason why, when you look at Brighton, when they lost Basuma, I thought, how do they come back from this? When they lost Caicedo, when they lost, Graham Potter. The fact of the matter is, every time Brighton lose big players who you think should affect them and you should start to see them drop, they only bring in some new players like Jorginho and some of these other players, and they just look stronger. The other thing is, they've got a 31-year-old manager who equally plays a high line, because what the Van Heck plays on the inside half of the opposition, and they are getting results. I'm looking at my team, Tottenham Hotspur, at home against Ipswich, and they can't get it up. And I can't understand why. So for me, if Tottenham, the only thing saving Postecoglou right now is we're in the cups. And I don't give a shit about the cups. You guys all know. Minimum, Spurs need to be doing a double this season. If not, he should get out. But if he thinks that finishing 12th with the Carabao Cup is good enough for Spurs, it's not good enough. However, what Brighton has shown us is that there is no excuse. There is no excuse about needing time to bed in. That's all hogwash, because the work that he's done, and even Nuno's only just bloody got to Nottingham Forest. Look at how he's got him playing. So for me, what we need is a major shake-up. I don't mind losing matches. I'm not expecting Spurs to win every single game this season, but we need to have some fight. One thing that both Brighton and Nottingham Forest have over Spurs and Newcastle is you got players that you can stand in the trenches with if you're going to war. Guimaraes, Isak, do you know what I mean? You've got your Joe Lintons, you've got your Burn. Brighton got their players you can go to war with. Nottingham Forest, Yates is probably leading from the front. Even bloody Chelsea with Caicedo there, Reece James. I'm looking at Tottenham and I'm looking at a bunch of secondary school kids. I can just imagine Brennan Johnson with his shirt. Do you know what I mean? Rubbish. So for me, it's a disgrace. Our whole transfer policy is rubbish. We're all light work, and we are Spursy. We've had 3 opportunities to get top 3 this season, and we fluffed our lines on all 3 occasions. The worst one being what happened yesterday against Ipswich. What a disgrace. For me, I don't see Tottenham finishing in the top 10. We won't finish in the top half this season.
What? Not in the top 10?
Yeah, they gave themselves the title already.
3 points off.
They had the best parade and everything.
But when you look at the end of last season and this season, we are relegation fodder. And the thing that I find unforgivable, we've lost 5. We've lost half our games. We've lost 5 games already.
In the league?
To me, in the league is unacceptable. I don't care about. And if we're supposed to be a serious team, if not for the fact that everyone else has been pretty rubbish, let's just be real. Chelsea should be a lot further on the table. Arsenal should have been.
Should be second.
City should have been. Newcastle should have been. Even Nottingham Forest. If not for everyone just doing nonsense and taking points off each other, we shouldn't only be 3 points off third. That's the only thing saving Postecoglou. If not for that, we are on course to losing 19 games this season. Can you imagine that?
That's half the matches.
Yeah, exactly. We've lost half our matches. We win one, lose one. That is what we're doing.
Wait, Deji, let me ask you, right? When Nuno got sacked from Spurs, hadn't he gone through like 10 games and got 15 points? Something like that, yeah?
I think it was a disgrace.
The football was morbid, though, wasn't it? It was dull. At least, Ange, you're going to get... You guys have scored 23 goals and conceded 13. In the last 10 days, you battered Villa and you beat City in the Cup. Yeah, the result against Ipswich was awful, but there is a team there. There is a team there. I really don't think it's...
There is a... You're right. There is a team.
It's not as bad as what this Ipswich result shows.
No, what I will say is I agree with you, and thank you for seeing my club. The thing I do see is that there is enough in this team to get top 4. I've been saying that from the beginning of the season. However, what is unacceptable for me is 2-0 up against Brighton and losing, which I was told can happen to anyone. So
we're quite good in the second half. We've been doing that, yeah.
Yeah. Then going away to Crystal Palace, not getting a sniff on goal. and now losing to Ipswich. If not for those 3 games, let's just all agree on the panel, Spurs could have won those 3 games. Had they won those 3 games, we would be 3 points off Liverpool. That is, these are the fine. When they talk about fine margins, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Rather, we're 10th today without having played Liverpool yet. We still got to play Liverpool. We still got to go and play Chelsea. We still got to play City in the league when we come back. What? By the time we hit 15 games, we probably would have lost 9. Yes or no? So for me, like I said, I respect the league that we're in. That's the best league in world football. None of this La Liga rubbish. On any given Sunday, we can all lose to each other. It's the manner of the defeats, though.
Yeah.
We didn't turn up against Pants. And we were at home to Ipswich.
Yeah.
For me,
they were in pink, Deji. They were in pink.
They were in pink. And you've got to look at it like this, yeah. I don't care what anyone says.
That's their first win in the league since 2002.
Love,
2002.
Charlie, hear me out. They had drawn 5 and lost 5. There is don't lie to me. There's no confidence there. They're shit scared. Right. They're trying to get a point at most. And we got people doing overhead kicks. Are we crazy? The guy who scored the
overhead kick as well, bro.
The guy who scored the overhead kick was, I met him down in Romford goals when doing a 1-to-1 with my son's trainer. I'm thinking, what the hell? And he's come to my gaff and done an overhead kick. Right now, you might as well call us Tinkerbell. Right now, Tinkerbell, because we're out here giving out wishes. Do you know what I mean? Santa Claus.
Man City first win. Coming up next.
If you need a W, come and play Spurs. That's what we're doing.
Make a wish FC. Make a wish FC. That's what you are.
Yeah, that's what it is. We are Tinkerbell FC,
Spursy, man. Spursy.
Honestly, it is, and that's why for me, I love the football. I agree with Adam. The football is fine, but the game management is not fine.
It's poor.
If we had your gaffer, you don't come back against Spurs. If we had your gaffer,
you had our gaffer, mate. You had our gaffer.
You know what? You know what it was?
To the top of the league, beat Man City, beat Arsenal, got manager. By the way, man, I hope he never gets manager.
You know what happened? What happened with Nuno is we never gave him a chance because he wasn't what we wanted. The fan base didn't want him in the first place. And so he was already walking on eggshells the second he walked in. For me, it's a disgrace to only give him he only had 3 months. Can you imagine? What can you do in 3 months?
He was gone by now, wasn't he?
What you could do is,
for me, if I'm being genuinely honest, and I like Newcastle, you're better off getting a Conte than you are a Mourinho. Mourinho,
Mancini.
His style of football is over, and also, you know, he's become a little bit like he just goes everywhere. And I think for that, he's just lost that je ne sais quoi. The one thing I will say is you do have the players to play his system. You know, what he wants is robust players, strong, who can hit teams on the counter. And when you look at, you know, your midfield, you know, you've got Anthony Gordon Barnes, who can fly down the wings. He would love that. You've got a focal point in your striker in Isak. And then you've got really quite solid centre-backs, to be honest, centre-backs that play fullback as well. You do have the players to play the Mourinho system. I just think for Newcastle, I think there's a similarity between Newcastle and Spurs. I remember Newcastle from the days of Kevin Keegan. And the games I used to love were the games where you guys used to play Liverpool and it was always 4-3. But one thing I've always known Newcastle to be is a forward, front-facing, forward-playing team. Yeah. I've never known a Newcastle team to sit back and play horrendous football like the ones that you want to bring. Mourinho will have your crowd. He'll have St. James's Park half empty. It's that dusty, bruv. So for me, I don't think Mourinho would be a good choice. And to be honest, Eddie Howe has done such a great job. The difference between Eddie Howe is I know, and outsiders looking in, know that the board don't like him because they don't think he's a big enough name. I'm sorry, but Mourinho was a name, but he's not the name you're looking for now.
That's Chris.
Would you take Eddie Howe at Spurs?
Who, me?
Yeah.
You know what? I thought about it.
What are you thinking about it? Like you get a choice of your managers, mate.
They consult Deji every time.
You know why? I'm a big fan of our managers, and I do feel like the Premier League doesn't give enough English managers a chance. I'm also all about giving our youngsters in the academies opportunities to come in. And one thing that I've seen in Eddie Howe, the work that he's done with that Newcastle team has been fantastic. Let's be real. He got them to a Champions League. And then what's happened, which I think has been strange and no one's calling out, this whole FFP just sounds like corruption in my view, because all of a sudden Newcastle can't spend any money. And it just came out of the blue. That's not Eddie Howe's fault. He's got the richest owners in world football and he can't spend a penny. That don't make no sense to me. When Man City are getting away with it, when Chelsea got away with it, but now Newcastle want to do it and they can't bloody do it. So
just
that's not Eddie Howe's fault. What would be interesting is to see what Eddie Howe could do if they released the shackles a bit and he was allowed to go out and get the players that he wants. I would say he could have Newcastle as a top 3, top 4 team.
Zuma.
Yeah, we got Basuma.
You get the worst one of the lot, would you say?
He's still an excellent player, but he is the worst one.
Basuma's a fantastic player. The problem with Basuma is we've just got to ban him from going to Louis Vuitton. I knew we were in trouble when he started posting that he'd been at Louis Vuitton on the weekend. Him and Louis Vuitton just don't make sense. He doesn't play well when he has a shop, and that's what it is. Sometimes football is not complicated. We're trying to get school boys to play. Humble Deji, man. I would take that Jorginho player. I'll take your whole squad over my squad. Brighton's squad, your first 11 and your squad is better than Spurs.
Deji, would you take that manager?
Deji, quick one.
Yeah,
Deji, so who's finishing top 4 now, my guy? Because you were saying Spurs for 3rd. You've been saying that a lot. So is this changing now?
So Dan, what I would like to say, look, your haircut is absolutely fantastic, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Dan, what I will say though is that we are on the Titanic together. We've hit the ice.
Mate, we've jumped in the lifeboat, mate. We've knocked the captain out of the way.
Mate, you're still on there.
We hit the iceberg, and both of us have just realised there's no lifeboats left, no life rafts. So I want me and you to play the violin as we go down. We shouldn't have had more than 2-3 losses at most. If we are to be taken serious, if genuinely our ambition is that we want to finish in the top 4 or even top 6, we have lost half our matches. Right now, it's now you see me, now you don't. At this rate, we will lose 19 games this season. 19. That is relegation fodder. He must go. Qantas Airlines, I've seen the direct flight to Sydney Harbour. Please, he needs to go because he doesn't. Because for me, what I don't like is the lack of humility. Slot came in very humble. We know we haven't played anyone of substance yet. Blah blah blah. He's not really tried to tinker too much with an already formidable Liverpool team. He respects the Prem and is pragmatic in every game that he attends. My manager thinks this is some sort of Sunday League grassroots football, where where he's not taking into consideration the dynamics and the characteristics of the players. I'm convinced that he would have me invert, even though I've got no clue. He would have me invert. I'd make one run, and then I'm way out of breath. Do you know what I'm saying? He's that kind of manager. And so for me, if that's what you want to do, get out.
How many times has Levy done this? You're going to get rid of Ange, then what are you going to do? You're going to then go back the other way and be like, oh, we've been way too attacking and we're going to go and bring a defensive manager and you're going to get Nuno version 2 and it's going to be crap again.
No, I'm just looking at the players that we have. What's so ironic is that the squad that we have is actually more suited to Conte ball than Postecoglou ball.
How can you say that?
No, listen to me, Wolfie. The back three of Dragusin, Romero, Van der Ven, Porro and Udogie, they're wing backs. They were wing backs at their respective clubs, both for Udinese and for Sporting Lisbon. the team is more set up for Conte ball than it is Postecoglou football. But right now, what I don't like is having a target man that we don't target. So if we were to get rid of Postecoglou, I would be bringing in Areola from Bournemouth.
The Bournemouth.
Because
You
he
wouldn't
knows
get
how to
him.
get
Why
a
would he
tune
drop
out of
down to
Solanke.
Spurs? Why
He
would he
knows how
drop
to
to
get a,
Spurs?
because we've got a wealth because we are rich, and you know what this means. It's danger. They see one soldier come through, these men are running scared. For me, Tottenham, we are Spursy. We are. We've had 3 opportunities to get into the top 4 to show that we're about. We didn't do it against Brighton. I even took the Brighton one as, you know what, my manager came out and said, you know what, that was a one-off. It's never happened since I've been there. Rare. I said, you know what, it's dusty. It's an idiot thing. You're not serious, but you know what, it is Brighton. Stranger things have happened in football. I put my hand up. Then we played Crystal Palace away. For me, Crystal Palace away is very simple. They've drawn 3, they've lost 5. Lads, you get me? Lads, they've not won a game. They're low on confidence. Get the early goal, do your thing, bring on the points. We didn't do it. I was pissed off. I said, Ange, out from then. Get out, get out, get out, get out. But people tried to persuade me that, you know what, Dej? It's away, rare. I said, all right. I don't like it. I don't like how we're moving, but I'll give it a bly. And then we slapped up Villa. I said, all right. Bro, you can't explain to me how my team at home to Ipswich, who've drawn 5, lost 5, how we get what? Bro, we got what, man? We're moving like Tinkerbell. These men are moving like Santa Claus giving out Christmas presents with the 3 points. Right now, if you ain't won a game, you might as well play my club. We're here giving out 3 points like it's confetti right now. Do you get me? Ipswich came to my gaff. Some of them brothers have never seen a stadium like my stadium before because they were in Championship. Some of these men were from League One. And why I'm overly pissed right now is had Tottenham won 1-0 against Ipswich, we would be 3rd. I'm not saying that we're going to finish 3rd or stay 3rd, but what it does do is it shows intent. It shows that we want to be involved. For how long, however it lasts, it don't really matter. We were showing that there's progression. Losing these type of games, and I think for me, what it tells me is I believe there's enough tools. I'm not saying we're the greatest team, but there's enough tools there to be beating Brighton. There's enough in there to be beating Palace. There's enough in there to be beating Ipswich. Had we done that, Tottenham sits 2nd. We would literally be 3 points behind Liverpool had we just done that. So what I'm asking for ain't a miracle. I'm asking for a mentality. And for me, it's not even about football now. It's a mentality. Even me, my basic self, I will be sending man out there. Let these brothers know they came to our yard. Let these brothers know they reached N17. I want to see cuts and bruises. I want to see man them hobbling. I want to see man them dribbling, you know, like struggling for breath. And also, let's be real. Strangely, this season is that poor. Plymouth has been woeful.
Jesus Christ.
Arsenal is what I mean. If you look at it now, Tottenham's 10th. The reason why I'm pissed is because we're 10th. But really and truly,
Still
3
tight,
points. 3 points separates Tottenham and 3rd. Yeah, which means we're all on the Titanic right about now. Do you get what I'm saying? We're all going down. Liverpool just have to keep it simple. Keep doing what they're doing, and let everyone else implode around them. Because really and truly, had Arsenal done what they needed to do so far, had City done what they needed to do so far, we wouldn't say Liverpool's running away with it. But Liverpool's just like laughing. And also I rate the fact that Slot is very humble. He didn't come with the big talk. He said, you know what, we ain't really played anyone. I'm not even going to lie to you. We ain't played no one. Let's see how we do when we play teams of substance. And so far, you got the draw against Arsenal. And that's about it, innit? You ain't really played any of the big guns still, really. Only team, I rate Liverpool for one thing for me. There was a season ago where they picked up 2 trophies and people poo-pooed that. But actually, it was more impressive than people give Liverpool credit for. Why? They got to 4 finals. They lost the league by 1 point. They lost the champs to Real Madrid.
Yeah, I rate them for
They
that.
won the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Do you know they played Wednesday, Sunday, Saturday, and they were just trugging it out. If anyone can trug it out, it's Liverpool. You get me? People want to say Tottenham are struggling. I'm saying it's not good enough. Liverpool got to 4 finals, 4 in a season. I've never seen that. I've never seen anyone do that. So you have to put respect on their name. If anyone can do it, it's them, man. You know, Errol made the fair point. You know, referees are human beings and they're entitled to their own opinion in their own spare time. We would be naive to think that none of the referees in world football don't have opinions. Even if they're from Europe, there'll be European refs that will lean more to Manchester than they will Liverpool and so on and so forth. The stupidity here is the fact that he got caught. Because had he not been caught, we wouldn't be saying this. Do you get what I'm saying? And the fact is, the other refs haven't been caught either. I listened to it briefly. It was very foolish. And the point he made is they asked him, what did you think of Liverpool? He said they're crap. And what do you think of Klopp? And, you know, he used some disgraceful profanity there. But I don't think there was any sense that there was corruption. He didn't say, yeah, I've deliberately thrown games or I've cheated. Not like the NBA that we've seen in America. What we've had is a ref give an opinion of a particular football club, which I understand was straight after a game where he got some heat from Klopp as well. I think it was just after a game that video was recorded. Referees, they know that they have to be walking and talking by a higher standard. Once you're in the public eye, you have to behave yourself. But I'm not going to, you know, in terms of corruption, that's why we have VAR. Do you get what I'm saying? The VAR is supposed to be a second check to make sure that if the referees get it wrong or there is some underhand behavior, that is rechecked and make sure that the decision is right. Because the second we start that in refs, then the whole game is gone. Do you get what I'm saying? Now you start to question every game, so on and so forth. I got the wrong red. I backed Arsenal when I should have been backing Liverpool. And the reason why I'm giving Errol a public apology is because humility goes a long way. They say pride comes before a fall. And one of the things that I love about Slot is the humility. He is a humble manager. This guy understands that he's in the Prem. He understands the gravity of the team that he's managing. And he's saying, you know what, I'm going to make a minor tweak, which is the Gravenberch thing, and I'm going to inject some new energy. But to be honest, he inherited a pretty damn good team, good squad. Klopp told us so. I think Liverpool are odds-on favourite to win the league, not because they've done anything special, but because the rest of the Prem is that bad, to be honest with you. Plymouth Argyle is a disgrace. I'm looking to look at LB in his face because LB would come here shaking his bum, not acknowledging the fact that if it wasn't for the Saudis, he wouldn't have a YouTube channel, or he would have at least 300 subscribers because he'd be Plymouth Argyle. Do you get what, you know, he'd be Man City, but they would be in League Two. Do you know what I mean? Have some respect for yourself. And, you know, man, I'm not going to lie to you. It's a disgrace, and I've asked for my manager to leave. But what I'm saying is you're also equally in the mud. It's just that
I'm in the mud, but my mud is a different quality mud to your mud. Yeah, my mud is high premium compost. Yeah, yours is fucking sewage, mate. Yeah, that's what yours is, bro. Your club is dusty, bro. You ain't won nothing in 20 years. Yeah, my club's just done 4 in a row. Yeah, it's done 4 Premier Leagues in a row. It's done a treble. Yeah, yours you ain't trebling nothing. Yeah, I'll tell you this, yeah.
No, you can't say that we're not going to trouble nothing. There is the small possibility, which I believe, I don't have, but it's for me, if Postecoglou wants to keep his jobs and we're going to maintain the high standards, Tottenham could do a treble this season.
Yeah, but Billy, I take it back again. Billy, I take it back again. I'm wrong again. I'm wrong again. I can't believe I've just heard you say that, Deji. You've just gone from talking about the Titanic to being king of the world.
No.
What a load of waffle.
Dan, can I be honest? I've said it. No, this is not new. What I've said is I don't like the idea of finishing 12th and winning the Carabao Cup, which is very possible because I think Postecoglou is focusing more on the cups than he is the league. But it's very possible.
Your fan base would take that, by the way, apart from you.
Yeah.
You're the only one in your fan base who
I wouldn't take that.
He sort of backed himself into a corner, though, now, hasn't he, Ange? Because he come out and was like, I'll win a trophy in our second year. So he's kind of backed himself into this position.
Exactly. He's backed himself into a corner. But I don't mind finishing 14th, 15th with a treble. I don't mind that. I don't mind winning the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Europa League, and finish 15th. I'll take that all day long. I wouldn't take them as individual trophies, but combined.
So you wouldn't take them as a double,
bro. You know, when you have like Pokemon and you bring 2 or 3 Pokemons together, you turn into a new being. If we bring 3 trophies together, it's a bigger thing than having them individual. I wouldn't take the Carabao.
They don't do that. Deji, they evolve. They don't do that.
I'm not having either of them. I'll take the treble though. Bergvall, Archie Gray, 100 times, bro. These brothers are not ready. Not for a top 6 team. They're not good enough. Tottenham should be bringing in Omari Hutchinson. These are the ballers. We should be bringing in Elanga. We should be bringing in Hudson Odoi. We should be bringing in Rodgers. We should be bringing Adam Walton. We should be bringing in Anderson. These are players. We should be bringing Matoma. We should be bringing Ferguson. Come on, man.
But you were lyrical about your youngsters, though. So this is.
I don't want to hear about these youngsters.
But your club accepts it. But the thing is, your fans accept it. When you got Angie, let's be real, Ditch. Now, let's be real. When I told you, see Romero. I told you, Romero ain't that guy. Yeah, without Van de Ven next to him, what's he doing? What's Romero doing without Van de Ven next to him? It's not Romero, bro. What he doing for that second goal? What's he doing? Sliding all over the place. What's going on?
Bro, I don't know. Romero is an idiot, bro.
I told you your defense ain't good enough to play this football that you're playing. Your defense,
bro. But can I be real? It's not. Do you know what it is? The issue with Spurs this season hasn't been the style of play, bro. So let me just take issue with what you're saying. The issue with Tottenham this season has been the thing that you've been saying all along. And people have said it to me, and I've been reading it 1,000 times in the chat. It's the history of the Tottenham. You quoted it. The last time we spoke, you quoted it. That's exactly what you said. It's the history of the Tottenham. How can you be 2-0 up and give away a lead to Brighton when you know that these brothers, you're never going to have that kind of thing? How can you go to Crystal Palace and not have a shot on target? How can you be at home, not at Ipswich, in your own ground? These men have never been to Tottenham. This is their first time back in the Prem, the first time they're seeing a stadium of that magnitude, and they won. They weren't even mesmerized. They weren't even starstruck. They came on our pitch, on our turf, and slapped us. That's a mentality issue, bro. These brothers are not elite. You see us, me, you, and everyone in the chat, we are elite. We've got standards. I can do a better job than Postecoglou for free, because there is no way I'm letting my Tottenham team come out. Bro, I would rather you elbow them in their face, you kick them in their knee. Yeah, I'll be telling the boys, make sure that these men know they came to. Bro, make sure that these men know they played Tottenham. Make sure. I want to see cuts and bruises. Do you know what I mean? I want to see them hurt, bro. I want to see brothers limping. I want to say people telling me on the Ipswich team that they had enough. These man,
you want to see them tapping out like it's WWE, tap out, UFC.
Yeah. The fans, they make me laugh. The Ipswich fans were great. Are you for real? Of course they're great. They're winning. No one should be coming to our gaff and you be telling me that they're great. They're great when we're winning 9-0 and they're still singing. Yeah, then I rate them. They're telling me they're great. Shut up, man. I can build a whole new Tottenham team easy, bro. Look at what Fulham's doing with those players, with Reece Nelson, with Smith Rowe, with Iwobi. Can you imagine? With Calvin Bassey. Come on, bro. If you're a good manager, you can spot talent and you make it work. It's about having a balance. Tottenham's team is unbalanced, but the biggest thing that I don't like about this team is that this team is full of pussies. I wouldn't go to war with any of these men. Let me tell you now, if Tottenham, if we were to give these guys military outfits and a gun, bro, let me tell you what would happen. These pussies will hang you out to dry. Yes, bro. I'll be going down straight away. Straight away. I wouldn't last 5 minutes with these brothers. You can't fight. These brothers have no fight in them. No fight. So I want to know. Postecoglou says he interviews these brothers. He wants to know about the personality. I get it now. He wants goody two-shoes. Goody two-shoes ain't winning you nothing. There's some waste man that plays right back for Brighton. The dirty one. The one that was elbowing Saka. Where's our dirty guy? Because you know what? The little dark hearts.
Romero.
No, he's a pussy clut, bro. He's a pussy clut. Don't talk about him. Don't talk about Romero. He's a pussy clut. He knows it as well. He knows it. We are too reliant on him. That we were reliant on Harry Kane. How can we after Kane? We don't have a successor for Son. Who is the successor?
Yeah.
Who? Nobody. It's stupid. Premier League season. No. Werner's made me want to smash my iPhone several times. I actually think I watched the interview of Werner when he scored against City. He wants to leave, bro. He knows he's a waste man. He knows. He knows he's a waste man. He knows he's stealing a living. He's ashamed of himself. People are hungry out here. People are making 170 a week to do bullshit. Give us the peas. I'm not asking for 170 bags a week. No, because I know I'm being realistic. You know how much I'm asking for Tottenham? £500. If you're really strapped for cash, my club, I can do the same job Timo Werner does, which is nothing, for £5. You know that? Just keeping it real.
Okay, did you watch it? What was your thoughts? Arsenal, Chelsea?
Yeah. I mean, bro, look, I think Arsenal, you man are no better than Tottenham right now. And that's the truth. The difference between Tottenham and Arsenal is 3 points. That Chelsea team was dusty. Cole Palmer was standing there. I was cold. I was naked. Were you there? Were you there? I was cold. I was naked.
You were doing the Amarian ice cold. I got this ice box. Where my car? You
bro. I didn't see.
I like Cole Palmer, but he was poor that game.
When you know he's not on it, that's when they're there for the killing.
But then were we on it? We weren't on it.
But you man weren't on it either. And I'm looking at this game, going, this is a mid-off. This is a mid-off. For those people that say La Liga is better than, I mean, Lee will say La Liga is better than the Prem. For that game, he was right. That was one of the dustiest performances I've ever seen in my life. I could see Saka was looking bewildered, like, what the hell? He was looking at the man, them like, who are these man? Like, who are these brothers?
You're looking like a pot-belly Gucci man, bro, drinking codeine.
It's crazy, bro.
He was looking like he was done out there, like he wasn't. He was seeing stars, bro.
The truth is,
he was rubbish. He was rubbish. He was a pussy as well. You talk about fighters.
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
When Caicedo barged in, bro, I seen Fabregas have more. Bro, I seen Fabregas with his leg dangling, bro. This guy's knee looks like it's gonna explode, bro. Taking injection after injection.
People kept talking about Odegaard and what he was gonna bring.
Nah, this guy,
nah, man, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nah,
I'm not gonna lie. I think there's something to say that Liverpool's gone, City second, and the rest of us were all shit. We are. Because the truth of the matter is, despite the fact that I'm fuming.
Do you want Martinelli to take over from Son on the left? We'll sell him to you if you want.
Nah. See, the one thing, like, when I look at your team, I think you've got 3 Timo Werners. Jesus is a Timo Werner.
Yeah, 100%.
Martinelli is a Timo Werner. And Raheem Sterling, for me, is Timo Werner. So, I'm just, like, rotted. Like, it's crazy.
Now there's 3 Timo Werners. They're sitting on the wall.
Now there's 2 Timo Werners hanging on the wall.
And one team of Werner should accidentally fall.
Bro, there's a bag of Werners that
Sterling couldn't even play, you know. And these men said 10 out of 10 windows. Sterling couldn't even play that idiot, bro. I'm tired of him in his picky head, bro. I swear that I'm tired of him looking like Marcus Houston, Roger, go home from sister, bro. I'm tired of that guy. He's rubbish.
I know my club's in the mud. We're all in the mud. That's the only thing. You know, like that. We're all on the Titanic and we're all going down together.